Alright, so today we'll see Python, and as you already know, Python is a backend language. By backend, we mean something that happens in the background. So for example, Google's search engine, when they initially developed it, was in Python, the backend. So we'll directly start with this collab sheet. So now when you are in the second chapter, Python Basics, you will see these 12 sheets. These are self-explanatory. Let's start with the first one. Now first thing is you can directly run the code in collab itself, but as an activity you have to do it in the VS Code. And ignore these instructions. This was the Telegram bot that we had developed, but some of it is not relevant. So you can probably just skip that. Okay, so now let's start with this type. I'll explain the first and second sheet, and then you can go for the remaining 12 sheets on your own. There are proper comments written over here, so we understand what is happening. Alright, so when I open this link, you see that it's built by Google. At the top right, you see the Gmail icon. So it's a Google's solution for running Python on the fly, on computer, on mobile. It runs in web browser. So you don't need VS Code for this particular, in this environment. It was primarily built for creating machine learning and deep learning programs. It kind of mimics the Jupyter notebook structure, like we have different cells and each cell can be run separately. This is very useful for testing the applications when you don't have when you are still building out. This helps, especially if it's a complex function. You can try it out in here. VS Code you write when you have a proper project coming up. Okay, so I'll just run this and then understand, and that is how you have to do it as well. So first you go through each sheet, maybe first sheet, and then run each cell, see the output and see what happens. Now by default, when you open this sheet, you will directly see the output as well because it was already run. But if you want to try it, if you want to make changes, you can directly change here, and if you do shift enter, then you get the output. Shift enter is a shortcut, and then cell is also running. Okay, now what is a data type? So as the name says, data type is a type of data. What kind of data you can put, you can use in the Python or any other language, for example. So Python has few data types. So let's say if I print type dummy, then this type gives me the type, and then actually prints the statement. So I can see that the dummy variable has the class string. Okay, what is a variable? Variable, the name comes from the word vary, vary, something that changes. So variable is something that changes. It's a type of entity which changes. So dummy can be changed. So I can later on write dummy equal to xyz, and then print dummy, and then shift enter. So it changed. Okay, so let's go down. So here we have defined num equal to 3 and another num equal to 3.0. So there is a distinct difference between 3 and 3.0. So now if I run this, as you see, the first one is int and the other one is float. So what that tells us is Python also has int and float data types. These are the default data types, predefined data types. And then if I have, let's say, val equal to true, where the t is capital, and if you print it, you will get boolean. So it has the boolean data type as well. So these are the 4 primary data types that Python provides. String is always written in single or double quotes. Then integer, which does not have decimal point. Then float, which has the decimal point. And boolean, true or false. Now t always comes capital. If I do small, it will give error. So now you can see the error. One thing we have to learn is we need to read the error as well, because that's one of the most important skills that is becoming important to be able to understand what is the error. So it says that name true is not defined. So now it doesn't understand that it's something, it's a data type. So I'll do capital. Okay. So we'll just skip this print num, then we have all these three things. All right, so let's deep dive a little bit into strings. We are just, building on top of each other. So let's go into string now. So here is my string, Apple's products are beautiful. Now you can see this oblique slash. Because I am using single quote, I cannot use like this. If I use this, then Apple is detected as a string, but later on it gives me error because it doesn't understand that it's a part of string and not the closure of the string. So that's why either you have to use this slash or you have to use double quotes. So you do use double quotes, so then single quote is detected as it is. We are simply printing as it is. Length. Now we don't want to memorize all these things. It's just, we are just seeing what it provides. All of these functions are available somewhere on Google, on ChatGPT, everywhere. So it's just, we just need to understand what is happening. If I say length of text, then it is 11. So it gives me length actually. So what was the text that I had printed? Let's print this first. Let's run this test. Okay, so text was this only, hello world. So, and let me just do print length of test. So this has 30 letters, including space. Alright, now we can detect a specific character at a specific location. So let's say my text is hello planet. If I do text 0 and text 4, so at the 0th location we have H, and at the 4th location, which is technically 5th, we have we have O. So these are called indices or index. So string index starts from 0. And if I do text 2 to 5, it will print me from 2nd to 5th. So from 3rd, technically 0, 1, 2, from 3rd to 5th. 3 letters it should be printing, which is LCO. W is 0, 1, 2, so 2, 3, 4, up to 5. So it will not consider 5. Same way, if I don't do anything over here, then first 2. So let's say if I want to do first 5, I'll just do colon 5, and then we get the first 5. And this, as you can guess, from 2nd onwards. So if I do 5 onwards, from the 5th onwards, from ME we get everything. So this is a shortcut. So it's as good as saying that, from 0 to 5 or from 5 to end of it. And whatever slices we are getting is also of the data type string. It's a good habit to check the data type because of the data type we get, we understand what kind of features it would have. So for example, this length feature or this slicing thing is available only for the strings. It is not available for the integer. So let's see different functions that the string provides. We can do uppercase, lowercase, title case. So let's print all of them. So we have this hello world written in random case. Few characters are in small, few are in capital. So if I do upper, we get everything upper. If we do lower, everything is lower. Now one thing to understand is in Python the functions end with the normal brackets, round brackets, start and end. So this is a function of the string data type by default return, and title case is the first character is capital. Then we can again check how many times a particular letter or character has been repeated. So if I say text.count, now this function, it's also a function because we can see that after count there is a start and end bracket, and inside that I have typed L. So it says that L is repeated 3 times. So while the lower function, title function does not take any arguments, we call this arguments. It doesn't take any arguments. Count does require an argument. For which are you checking? So if I say double L, let's see what happens. So double L happens only once, and double L, let's say triple L happens 0. Okay. we can find a particular character from that string. So at what position this O lies, the first one. So if I do L, it says the first one appears at the second position, and it's case sensitive. So if let's say if I do Z, which does not appear in our text, which is hello world, it gives us -1. It means that it does not exist. It can find the entire word, so the word entire beautiful we try to find from this text. And it is at the 10th character, 10th index. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th. So from the 10th index, it started, the word was found out. So now here we are trying to find the is and is appears twice because it's here in this and also is. We can replace a specific word by another specific word. So let's say, so now this is another function replace, and as you can see, it is taking 2 arguments. If I don't give the second argument, let's see what happens. Okay, replace expected at least 2 arguments, got 1. So it is saying that okay, it expects 2 arguments, but it only got 1. So for example, count requires only 1, but replace requires 2. So what we are doing is we are trying to replace world by planet. And then this is a beautiful planet. We are replacing characters over here. Strip function strips all the blank spaces, all the white spaces. So there are like 3 blank spaces over here. And again after this, now this strip function usually comes in emails. So many times when users are writing email ID during registration, after writing the email there might be space, and we don't want in our database to have the space. So you just use strip function for that. So whatever trailing and former, like the initial space is there, it ends, but not within the content, only before and after. And here we are just counter checking, like before printing, before stripping what was the size, and after what is the size. So we can see that this message has 18 length, but after stripping it we have 11 as length. And then we are also doing count. So we are just playing on it. So we are just saying that tell me how many times this space appeared, and says that it appeared 8 times, and then we are stripping it, and we are applying another function out of again on it. Now why is this happening? Because when message.strip, so count, we have understood that it's a function defined by string. Anything which has a data type of string has a count variable, but the output is message.strip. Because message.strip is also string, we can use count on top of it. So what I mean is, if we check data type, print data type of msg, which is string, we know that. And then msg dot strip unbound method dot str dot strip. Okay, right. So because message.strip is also a string, we can apply count on top of it directly. This is as good as saying that a equal to msg.strip and print a.count. Okay, then we'll move to the next function. So we can split a text by a certain character, and get it into a list format. List we'll see in the third chapter. So we have this address 102 Baker Street, London, the famous address by of Sherlock Holmes, and we are saying that address dot split and split it by comma. So wherever there is comma, before and after that, it will put in different segments. All right, and then we can split it by space as well. So how are you doing? And we are splitting it by cell, by different by space, white space. And here we can check what is the output of what is the data type of this output. So I got this output in square brackets. So I'm normally curious, like what is this? Because before this it wasn't giving me answer in the square bracket, like at least the print statements. So we run this type output, where output is the output of the split function, and we see that it's a list data type. It says class is list, and here also you can say class. So classes we'll see later on, but as a high level understanding, it is a common data type. So for example, a class is like it's a structured data type, we can say. So it has a class of list, which is another data type because we get in the same format. So just like we have string as a data type, list is also data type. Okay, then we can do concatenation of the characters or the strings. So if I do addition of two strings, we get this Bill Musk. Or if I add space, we get the space in between. Now there are different formats to do the printing. So this curly brackets is another special placeholder. It can be used within a string. Okay, and then it has a specific data. It has a specific format. So let's say you write this you type this blank placeholders. It's called placeholder, and then dot format. And after format, you pass the variable. So the first variable was this first, and then last was their last. 1 second. Right. So first and last, and then we are saying print name. And if we leave space, what happens? If we leave more spaces, what happens? And then here we are interchanging last and first. And then we got the 4 different outputs. The first is straight up Bill Musk, then Bill space Musk because we left space over here. This is still another type to print the same thing. So if you do, it's called F string. So in the F string, you have to enclose it in this inverted comma, one or single double inverted comma, any is fine. And then you directly pass the variable inside that placeholder. So here the placeholder was empty and we used dot format. Here we are just changing it. We are writing F before, and inside placeholder we are typing the first and the variable names. And then we try to do lower and capital, lower and uppercase. So rest of the things are pretty self-explanatory. So this is how you go through one by one and then just run these cells, see what is happening. I'll be making a full video on the entire 12 chapters for others. But since you are already, most of you have already knowledge of Python, and then these sheets are built in such a way that you can just read it, run it, type it out and understand it. So I'll stop here. I'll take questions, and then you have like next 2.5 hours to finish this. By tonight you can finish all 12. Alright, so later if you go, you'll see this addition, etc. Like we can do addition, subtraction, and I'll just open up a second and third one just to show what is happening. So the second sheet is, let's see what it is. This is on operators. So addition, subtraction is primarily there in the operators. In the third one, we have list, which is an interesting topic, which is the foundation of Python in a way, in a sense, for the proper modern applications, lists and data type, other data types. These are also called as derived data types. So yeah, you can go through these sheets. As an activity, I'll just mention for everyone for now. As an activity, there are 12 chapters. We have more advanced concepts as you go through each of these sheets. First, you just run these. And when something new comes up, let's say list is new for you or dictionaries are new for you, for a part of your activity, you have to create your own file in Python, which is, let's say you call it engine_room.py. So it's a new project. So you'll have a new folder named Python Basics. Let's say I'm here, we did HTML, so this is a new folder, and you just name it as Python Basics. Okay, inside Python Basics you will have new file called engine_room.py. I'm changing the data type. Yeah, sorry, I'm changing the format. So engine_room. Now in this engine_room, you can do your other you can write some of the code. So let's say a list is here, you can create your own list and you can print it. You have to exhibit different things that you are learning. So for example, I'll open it in my VS Code for now. Let's say I go to new window and open folder. Go to your folder, which is programming, and then internship projects, and then Python Basics. Select folder. So the engine room is here. The shortcut for me to open terminal is this Control J. Control J, automatically terminal is here, and then I click on this file. Here I am, and then I'll just copy the first thing for now. So let's say courses equal to square bracket. Inside that we have some few things. So I'll just say fruits equal to mango/banana, and then I'll just see print fruits, and then you try running it. So for running, you can either use this or you can have this code like Python and give the file name engine room, engine. So if I just type E and give tab, automatically the file comes up. Ideally, it's a good way to run your projects from Python command instead of this run command. And if you don't have Python, if you type Python, you get the error. It means that the Python is either not installed or it is installed and it is not set in your environment variables. So if I go to my environment variables and if I go to path, if I double click, I can see that my Python is mentioned somewhere in one of these things. See here, it's python and then Python scripts, and there are a few more. If Python is already working but you don't know where it is installed, like for me, I don't know where it is installed. If I do where Python, it tells me that I have Python installed in these locations. So from these locations, there is actually a file called python.exe. So when I am typing Python, it is automatically fetching it from that side. Alright, so this is it. Then you want to play around with it. So let's say you will do fruits hyphen in the square bracket 0 means the zeroth location, zeroth fruit. You will be able to print, and then again Control J, Python engine room, and print fruits. Okay, I have not saved it, so I'll save it and run again. So I got this one, mango now. So on and so forth. So the final one you can do in your own VS Code and have one file engine room where you are trying multiple things across 12 chapters that we have. And if you want to try there and itself, you can edit it directly, or you can copy this shit in your collab, and in there as well you can you can save a copy in Drive and then do changes there. And the final one which we want to upload on our site AI Leela, or something that you want to put on your GitHub, that will be this file. So for example, I also demonstrate how I will push this, because some of the students had problems yesterday. So let's say I have this code which I want to deploy on my GitHub. So let's say I'll do, first of all, I'll do git status. It says that it's not a GitHub repository. So it means that it's not, there is no GitHub. So I'll say git init. That's my first. So initialize empty git repository. Fine. And then you can see the color being changed in the green. If I do git status, I can see that it's in red. It means that the file is there, but it is not being tracked. So GitHub does not know what changes have been made in here, or it is not aware. It knows that the changes have been made, but it has not confirmed those changes. So I will say git add dot, and then if I do git status, I can see that it is in green now. By dot, what we mean is like all the files which are red. If you have made multiple, if you have made changes in multiple files, then all the files will be added to the tracking. Now it is in green. And I'll again say git status, I can do git branch, and I can see which branch I'm at. There is no branch so far. Okay, so far so good. Now we want to publish it on our repository. So I'll go to my GitHub. I'll have to first create a new repository. So I'll create new, and I'll give it a name, Python basics. Okay. Maybe I can give AI Leela course, just so that I want to find out what this repository is about. You keep it public because we want to check it. We'll be checking your repository. So you just create repository. So now you can see that this is my git repo, and it has given me some instructions. So git init we have already done. It is saying that you can add readme file. We'll skip this part for now. Git commit. Now committing is where you actually commit those changes. Like you are saying that these changes are final, and they are actually committed. Like they are actually stored on your computer first. So I'll say git commit -m is the message, and when you are pushing this, what changes did you make is what you have to write in m. So first let's say first experiment with list, enter, and then one file changed, and in my computer now it is stored. It is already logged properly, but it is not on my page. Again, if I refresh it, I still see the same thing. So it says git branch -m main. Now we'll see. So if I do git branch, I am already on main branch, so that's fine. If I just I'll still copy paste this, and again I'll do git branch. We are still on main. The star means the active repository. So active branch. If you are on the multiple branches, we'll see branches later on, but just understand that there are multiple branches like tree that you can do, and I'm currently on the main branch, so that's why it has given me the star. And then it says git remote add. So if you look at this, what is happening is origin is one, let's say, variable. It's a name of something. We are saying that for this origin, put this link, and this link is nothing but this link. So we are just assigning this link of git repository to this origin variable. So I'll copy this, I'll paste this. On the terminal, if you want to paste, you just double, right click on the mouse, it will be pasted. Okay, Control V also works. So, so now this remote is kind of its command saying that what is the remote, like what is the relationship between local variable and global variable. So local is my origin, and then global is my that GitHub link. Now if I do this command called git remote -v, I can see that I have this origin set to this GitHub link. Okay, so git remote add. So we are just copying this, and then we are saying git push u origin main. So what it means is the local version of origin push to the main branch or this repository. So push it to the main. So we'll just do git push, and we'll copy paste this. And then if I get this message, it means that it has been done. And now if I refresh it, I am already on this code tab. If I refresh this, the code is here in Genroom, and I can see it was launched 2 minutes ago. And then as a part of your activity, you will just share this link on our in your AI Leela portfolio and our Discord channels, etc. Now if I do one more change, let's say if I do, fruits, um, a equal to, and keep changing, have a look at this, dot, white dot. It means that the file is not saved. When it says red, it means that there is some syntactical error. So I'll say int equal to fruits 0 and a dot upper. Now it is suggesting me because one of the extension is giving me the suggestions, and then I'll do print a and control J up arrow, and then we should get upper. So what is the issue here? A equal to lower, a equal to title. Okay, so I'll refer this sheet again and see if I have made any mistake. So let's go to upper. This was right. So a dot upper, it should have print. So let's just do this print. Oh, I have not assigned it, right? So a dot title, but I am not assigning it to a. So if I do a equal to a dot title and then print a, now it should run, right? Okay, yeah. So a dot title we are doing, and then let's do a dot upper, a equal to a dot upper, and then run. Okay, so I made few changes, and then I want to again push this. So I will do again git status. So it says that this file is modified. I'll say yes. So git add dot git commit -m slide changes, and then git status again one more time, nothing to commit, and then git push. Now the second time you don't have to do push origin all that thing. Automatically it got pushed, and if I refresh this now, I should see 2 commits, and if I click on these commits, I can see 2 changes, and if I click on this file, I can see the actual changes made. Right here you can see what was what was added and what was removed, etc. So alright, that's it. Carry on with the first to 12th sheets. I'll be hopping through different Discord channels for each group. Whatever your questions are and other things, we'll go through that. And I'll stop this, probably screen sharing and also my mic, and then I'm available for any questions. All right.